Thanks for being here and thanks for sharing. I'm going to share with you an excerpt and then we'll talk some more. What I know about mental health is that it hides in normalcy. I was diagnosed with bipolarization at the age of 9. Fortunately, I had a mother and a teacher that took notice of what they deemed as being slightly out of balance. What I grew up with and was able to identify was something like a cloud, a fog, that rolled in on what was or should have been a bright morning, filled with an abundance of sunshine. For me, though, things would get cloudy for no apparent reason. My name is Renee Boeing Houston, and thank you for reading my book, The Same But Different, a memoir of mental health. That was the beginning of what is now an unfinished book being written by a woman who has lived an unfinished life. On November the 19th, Renee Houston died. She was the 15th victim to die while in the care and custody of the Oklahoma County Detention Center. Before you draw a conclusion, please just hear me out. I knew Renee. I knew Renee for a long time. We met at probably around 1990. We all went to church together. And what I know about Renee is that she was one gentle, quiet spirit. Very intuitive. Renee struggled with mental health. And because there were times when she was out of balance, she was, some might say, out of control, but it was not because of anything other than things just didn't line up mentally or emotionally as she would have liked for them to. She had something about her that would cause her to put it on paper. Her goal was to help others who suffered with this sometimes debilitating behavior. She got out of control because life happened for her like it happens for all of us. The difference is she didn't have the medication and or the tools at that point to deal with what she needed to deal with. And as a result, the police came. On that particular day, August the 29th, the police came to her residence 3 times. On the 3rd occasion, Renee had grown tired and she just pushed back on the officer. It was so minor that the officers got in their car and went to wherever they go. But shortly thereafter, they called her mother and said, "We're going to take your daughter, Renee, into custody. And rather than our come and get her and put her in cuffs, bring her to us." That really happened. And so this mother, 84 years old, law-abiding, says to Renee, "We need to take you to the police station." That mother, Betty Jean Tucker, took her daughter because the police asked her to, and she was put in custody. Because of her mental health, the place where she was taken is not the place where she ended up. She ended up in the Oklahoma County Detention Center. And as I said, on November the 19th, she was the 15th person to die while in custody. The report says that a jailer looked into her cell and saw her being unresponsive, which is the same thing they said about the 14th victim, which is the same thing that was said about the 13th victim, which was the same thing, you see where I'm going, said about the 12th, the 11th, the 10th, the 9th, and the 8th victim. Renee was not a criminal. She had never been to jail, ever. She was not a criminal. She was not a user. She was not a drug user. She was a person, just like she said in her book, slightly out of balance. That's it. My intent is to share that, the truth about her. If you pull up her picture, it's god-awful, and rightly so, because it was taken on the worst day of her life. Lots of things have transpired. No need in getting into that. What I would like, though, to ask you with all the humbleness that I can is for you to find it in your heart to share with the mother. She has lost 2 children. One, the oldest, Harold Boeing Jr., is buried there in Oklahoma City in a grave unmarked because she couldn't afford a gravestone. I think her income is slightly less than $1,000 a month. Would you make a donation? GoFundMe for Betty Jean Tucker? And would you, this holiday season, find a place where you can share with her for 2 things. One, Renee will have to be put to rest. This Renee, her daughter, whom the sheriff department has yet to let her see. She died on the 19th. The day is the 22nd. No word. She's gone to see her, but has been told, "We can't help you. You have to come back another time." True story. Would you give so that she can put Renee to rest properly and finally purchase a grave marker for her oldest child? Whatever you can do, greatly appreciate it. Life is tough, life is hard, and it's harder for some than for others. This family is one of the others. I love you, whoever you are and wherever you are. You are appreciated. Remember, Renee, and give what you can if you can. And thank you for listening.